Welcome back to Virtual School Assembly. Today I'm pleased to introduce Joe Battista. He's a professional speaker, success coach, and author who believes you must dream big, keep it real, and get it done. His book, The Power of Pragmatic Passion, is a great read for high school students and their parents to develop practical options to make informed choices. Joe's an executive coach for the National Athletic and Professional Success Academy and has worked as an administrator for the Buffalo Sabres, Pittsburgh Penguins, and Penn State Athletics. As head coach of Penn State Ice Hockey for 19 seasons, his teams won 512 games and 6 ACHA national championships. Welcome to the show, Joe.
Tyler, good to see you.
It is good to see you. Again, this is actually a retake because I'm an idiot and I didn't hit the record button last time. But Joe was kind enough to come back, and so we get take two, which I'm so grateful for. Joe, let's start by just tell us a little bit about your story. I know when you were younger, you wanted to be a professional hockey player. Tell us about that.
Well, like most high school kids, they grow up with a passion, whether it's music or art or theater. Mine was sports, and in particular, it was hockey. I fell in love with the sport and really believed in my mind that I was going to play in NHL and get a Division I scholarship, and was the MVP of a thing called the Dapper Dan All-Star Classic at the Civic Arena where the Penguins played. And, lo and behold, nothing. I didn't get any nibbles, scholarships, certainly never played professionally. I suffered from an ailment known in the sports world as loft. That's lack of talent. And, what I've learned from all that is that, we all have big dreams, right? Most of us do. And I certainly hope all the kids out there do have big dreams and their parents have them for them as well. But, you still have to get up and make things happen. You have to keep it real, right? And that was something I didn't do because I didn't know any better. I wasn't informed. I didn't develop good options, and I therefore didn't make an informed choice. I met with my high school guidance counselor, Tyler, and it was, hey, Joe, you're good at math and science. Your mother works for Westinghouse Corporation's nuclear division. Do you ever think about being a nuclear engineer? And my attitude was, yeah, whatever. When do we drop the puck? I'm going to play hockey. Well, didn't work out that way, but that passion that I had for sports ultimately led me to a career in sports, both professional, collegiate, high school, etc. And never went to college thinking that someday I was going to be a coach, write a book, be a professional speaker. And that's the point that you want to get across to the kids and their parents, that listen, you develop skills, you gain competencies, you get experience, you network, you get out there, meet people, try things, and learn how to learn, because that's the most valuable skill that you'll get coming out of high school and then going to college if you decide to go to college. So my big thing is that, I just went about it all wrong. And that's why, we all have those big dreams. You got to learn to keep it real. What's your skill set? What's your aptitude? What talents do you have? What work ethic do you bring? And finally, you have to execute. You got to get it done. So that's my mantra. And, I was blessed to have a lot of great hockey players that I coached over the years, whether it was in high school, juniors, college, at Kent State or Penn State, and then working for a couple NHL teams. So my dreams came true, but it was a marathon, not a sprint.
Right. Now, obviously, the pragmatic passion that you write about in your book, you have followed that, and that has led you to a lot of success in your career. Explain what that means. What is pragmatic passion?
So pragmatic passion is really using your head and your heart when you're making decisions. We too often hear, just do what you love, just follow your passion, find your passion. See, I believe, Tyler, that you have passion in you. You apply it to certain things. And if you're one of those few fortunate people that can have both their career, their vocation, and their avocation, the things that they love to do, be one and the same, hey, that's awesome. But in most cases, we're going to do something. We're going to have a career that we got to learn to be good at. We got to learn to love it, show up every day with our passion, grind it out, even on those tough days. And it's going to allow us to enjoy those passions. And what I talk about in the book is that, you have to be able to find that sweet spot of what you can do well, what you love to do, but can also get paid for. You got to be able to put food on the table, right?
Right.
And let's face it, in this pandemic, the quarantine that we're in right now, it's never been more important to be practical and pragmatic. And so the pragmatic piece is realistic. It's not theoretical. It's practical. You merge that with your passion, and that's where I got Pragmatic Passion, and it's really developing great options and then making informed choices.
Right. Well, so a lot of the kids who are watching this video right now, they are kids who are doers. They have some sort of passion. They're the ones that are working hard even in the midst of this pandemic. But what I'm afraid of, when I ask my students now, what do you want to be when you grow up? The number one answer, it used to be, I don't know. Now it is YouTube, right? I want to be a YouTube star. Because they see these people who it seems like they became overnight sensations, right? We know that's not true. There's a lot of work. You can't make a living playing video games. The people who make money, again, where you have the money part, they're brilliant business people who do marketing and spend a lot of time on the business side of YouTube. It's not just playing video games and having fun. So what would your advice to kids be during this time as they're developing new skills and looking to explore different passions? How would they take it from something that's just fun to something they can get paid for?
Right. Well, that's what happened with me. This kind of obsession that I had with sports, and in particular hockey, okay, I wasn't good enough to play as a professional player, but I met a gentleman at Penn State that was an academic counselor when I knew I wasn't meant to be a nuclear engineer. I spent 2 years. I tried. I worked hard. I was miserable, and I just didn't see it being something I wanted to do. And it was tough. So, and not that I wasn't willing to do the work. It just didn't do anything for me. I couldn't see myself doing that. So he helped me with assessments, interviews, meeting with me, really doing a deep dive and getting to know me and what made me tick. And he said, Joe, you're so passionate about sports. You're obsessed with hockey. You could get a career, just do it in the business side of hockey. And that led me to switch into the business school, get a degree in marketing, and then I wouldn't take no for an answer, Tyler. I went down and made myself present at the Penguins office. I kept calling. I kept sending them materials and everything. I was determined to get my shot at working because I was a kid from Pittsburgh. And that perseverance and hard work paid off, and I got a job. And that led into a career, which I didn't know at the time, but took me into coaching. What I would say to the kids today is, listen, we all love those celebrity, big money things, YouTubers and video bloggers. And, I'm going to be the next big rock star and rapper. And I'm going to be an artist, an actor, an actress, what I call the celebrity vocations and professional sports. Lots of kids want to be professional athletes, coaches, etc. Those are so difficult. That's what they don't understand. The numbers, the pure numbers, are against you. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try, but you better go into it with your eyes wide open, develop realistic options, and then make informed choices. And if you decide that you're going to go into one of those things, you can't be a good YouTuber and make a living at it. You can't be a good actor or actress or a good musician. You must be world class to make a meaningful career out of it, where you can put money on your or food on your table and a roof over your head and save for retirement. So there's two ways to accomplish what you love. Again, have a career that allows you to make enough money, flexibility of schedule, maybe allows you to retire early, whatever, and then be able to spend your time, your free time, your disposable income on your passion. There's not a lot of people that are musicians. I say to them, go for it. You want to try it, but remember that you better have a backup, because if you become the starving artist and you're working at a restaurant waiting tables, it's okay. You know, you can play in a band on the weekend, that sort of thing, but get an education. I don't care what it is, and have a fallback just in case.
Well, so I have to push back on this a little bit, because you've had a lot of success in your career. You've coached a lot of people, but you've also done something that most people have on their list of things to do in their lifetime, and that's write a book. I don't think you probably set out originally to write a book, but that happened. Can you talk a little bit about why you decided to do it, and maybe what was the hardest part of getting started in writing a book?
I wanted to do it because I needed, once the dream I had of helping Penn State's hockey program to get a new arena and to get men's and women's varsity ice hockey became a reality. And by the way, that was a 35-year journey. Okay. It didn't happen overnight, but when it came true, suddenly it was like, okay, I need a new purpose, which, you know, of my 7 principles in the book, the very first one is the P that stands for purpose. It's the most important one. You've got to have something, a cause, something that you believe in, that you're going to wake up in the morning and leap out of bed, look in the mirror and say, it's me and you against the world. When do we attack? And you have to have that kind of passion. Well, you know, I thought, I want to give back. So I'm going to write a book and talk about the experiences that I've had, the lessons I've learned, and want to help people. That's kind of my purpose right now. I don't care if I make a lot of money, quite frankly. My big thing is I want to help young people and their parents to make better decisions about their careers, you know, what their goals in life are, what they want their legacy to be. Ask these deep probing questions, Tyler, that'll get these kids thinking about it, not just about making $1 billion and that's it, because the fact is that's hard to do, folks. You know, so you can do it, but you better have the dream, the vision. You better have a plan, keep it real, and then you got to be able to act, and you better outwork everybody in order to get it done.
Right. Now, in your book,
hope I answered your question.
You did. You absolutely did. Now, in your book, you talk about 7 principles for pragmatic passion. The last one I'm curious about, it's N for nurture. So you spell out passion, and right. N is for nurture. Why is that the last thing in your process, and what's that all about? Tell us about nurturing.
In full disclosure, I needed to come up with the words in the order so they would spell out the acronym PASSION. So it's purpose, it's attitude, sacrifice, servant leadership, inspiration, which is having coaches and mentors in your life, options, which is making good decisions, and then nurture is having a growth mindset. Never stop learning, and nurture yourself, but also nurture other people, because you know what? We get great things out of this life when we do things for other people. That's servant leadership. It's when you help other people achieve their objectives, you will achieve yours. And nobody's ever done anything really remarkable by themselves. You have to learn to work with other people and be a good team player, and have the courage to do the kinds of things that need to be done at those moments of truth in life. And that's the kind of stuff I talk about in the book. So nurture, just because it ended up there at the end. And one of the things, by the way, Tyler, this is a big pet peeve of mine. Kids and parents, especially in this time, this quarantine time, teach yourself, parents, teach your kids about the importance of personal finance, financial literacy. And I'm not talking about what stocks to pick, that sort of thing. I'm talking about delayed gratification. I'm talking about learning how to do a budget, learn what a credit card is and how that works, learn about why you have to put money aside for a rainy day, have an emergency fund. These are real, practical, pragmatic skills to have. And if you master those, it's going to make your life so much better. And the whole goal, I talk about this in the introduction to the book, is to live a joyful, meaningful, purposeful life that is both going to give you pleasure and success, but also do it for a lot of other people, make other people's lives better.
Incredible. Well, Joe, thanks again for your time today. If kids want to read your book, or if they want to learn more about you, where should they go?
If you go to my website, pragmaticpassion.com, on there you can learn all about the different things that I've done in my career and how I might relate to you. It's all about fit, right? If you're going to choose to buy my book or whatever. And by the way, if you're going to buy the book, go on my website, order it from the website, and put in the code PASSION5. It'll give you a $5 discount. I'll personalize it, sign it for you, wish you good luck. But this is the perfect time for the book, because you've got this little bit extra time on your hands. And why not do a deep dive into you and find out more about yourself and ask some deep questions about what matters to you in life. Listen, by the way, not everybody has to go to college, at least not at 18. That's the one thing I want to make sure I get out, Tyler, to these kids and their parents. There's non-traditional, non-linear ways to make a successful career. Go into the trades, technical skills, join the military, take a gap year if you don't think you're ready for college right away. Don't just go to school for the sake of going to school. You're better off getting a job, working part-time, and getting together with a professional counselor to help you. So I'll get off my soapbox now. But also, if you want to email me, joe@pragmaticpassion.com, or you can give me a call, 716-261-8059. My commitment to my legacy is going to be caring about other people and helping people to become the best version of themselves.